So first minute of work, all we're going to do is just start with some arm pendulum swings. So we're just going to let one arm come forward and one arm come back and just get those arms swinging with as much vigor as you like. But as you do that work here, just kind of tune in and pay attention. How are your shoulders feeling? What's your energy level like this morning? So if you already know that you're feeling a little tired or just want to monitor what effort you put in, we do have 3 speed rounds today. So just pay attention to how your body feels. And then if it doesn't feel good to go fast, be mindful with your work. All right, now, if it feels good to do so, you're going to take your arms and you're going to swing them around, go in one direction. Keep your butt tight and keep your belly firm. So it's mostly coming out of the shoulders. And then when you feel ready, take those arms and go in the other direction. And I have to get my brain on board for that. I always have to stop and think about it before I swing the other way. And time, nicely done. Okay, now we're gonna start with some loose twists. So let your feet be at a nice loose distance and start to swing your arms. But as you do this work here, let your abdominal muscles kind of be loose and just move with the flow of your arms. That's gonna be the first 30 seconds. Feet as wide as you like them to be, but as you do this work here, kind of notice, how's your back feeling? How are your legs feeling? Knees and ankles. We do have some squatting today, so just check in and notice how all those parts that help you squat are feeling. Okay, now, solid feet on the ground. Squeeze your butt cheeks together just a little bit so you keep your butt nice and firm. Crisscross your arms, and now we're going to twist and rotate the spine, but most of that work is going to come out of your core muscles or your abdominal muscles. So you might not get as much range of motion, but see if you can just get those core muscles to kick on. 10 seconds left. And time, nicely done. Okay, relax your arms, let your belly kind of loosen up again. And now we're gonna start to take it into some heel bounces. So for the first 30 seconds, we're just gonna kind of lift our heels just a little bit. So maybe think about 2 inches of lift off the ground, but then just let them find this nice little bouncy rhythm. So you're gonna get your body energized a little bit. You might notice your breath changes just a little bit with that bouncing, and let your muscle tissue be as loose and relaxed as you can. About 10 more seconds of bounce. Bouncing is really good for the lymphatic system and can be good for the central nervous system too. So it's just kind of a nice way to treat the body. Okay, now we're going to take it into some heel lifts, and then we're going to let the heels drop. So you're going to let your heels drop with a little bit of a thump. Now, if you've got any osteo stuff going on and that just drop in the body weight doesn't feel good to the bones, come back to that light bouncing. But if it feels okay, you're going to lift your heels just as high as you like, and then let your heels drop down with a little thud. And time. Nice work. Okay, give your legs a little shake. Grab one single weight, heavy if you can stand it. It's going to be a single arm bent over row. So we're going to get into a little bit of a sort of lungy position. Bend that front knee, drop your elbow onto that knee. So you're just going to keep supported and focus on those single arm. So we're just going to scrape the elbow up towards the sides of the ribs and then let the weight come back down. We got 1 minute on the clock. Heavy weight if you can stand it, and go nice and slow and even paced here. Focus on that scrape of the elbow. So we want to keep that arm nice and tight against the side of the body. Keep your legs nice and strong. Nice form, you guys. Beautiful. You're already halfway there. Ten seconds left. And time. Nice job. Come on up, shake out your legs. And now we're just going to switch right over to the other side. So set up your little lunge position, bring your elbow down to your knee, keep your body nice and solid. And we're just scraping that elbow, pulling it up towards the ribs, lowering it with control. Same steady and even pace here. We do have the speed round coming up to follow this. So just make sure you keep a nice even pace. Notice how everything's feeling, because we're doing some rows with speed on our next minute. So if your shoulders and your back are already feeling like this is quite enough of a pace, then the next minute you won't go for speed, you'll go for control. You're already halfway there. Everybody's form looks so good. There's nothing I could say except for you guys look awesome. And time. Nicely done. Come on up, give your legs a good shake. Grab your second weight. Now this is going to be rows for speed, alternating pattern. So you're just going to want to make sure you pick a level of weight that is going to feel good for you. We're going to bend over, arms are going to hang down. We're scraping the elbows, but we're alternating between the two. Keep your belly nice and firm, keep your legs nice and solid. And then once you've got good form, go for speed if that feels good. You're dragging that elbow up the side of the ribs. Keep that good posture, nice long spine. Beautiful, you guys. Nice work. You're already halfway there. Just check your energy level. If you're feeling like going fast doesn't feel good, take it super slow. You can even go slow motion scrapes at the elbows if that feels like a better pattern for you. And time. Come on up, give your back a little shake out, give your legs a little shake out. And now we're going two weights and we're taking it into a staggered stance deadlift. So we're going to step 1 foot slightly back. We're going to focus on using most of the weight in our standing leg. So keep your foot back, hinge from your waist, lean forward, push into your standing leg heel, squeeze your butt as you come up. We got 1 minute on the clock. Take it nice and slow and steady pace. We do have staggered stance on one side, staggered stance on the other side, and then we're going deadlifts for speed. So keep this one nice and slow and controlled. Both arms are loaded and heavy weights if you can, because you're using your hamstring muscles and your glute muscles. They can handle a lot of weight. If you have a tendency to lift your chin and look forward as you're doing your work, focus on tucking your chin so that you keep your spine in a nice alignment. Yes, nice work. Beautiful, you guys. And time. Nicely done. All right, switch your footing and away we go. We're just taking it right back into that staggered stance. Arms stay just as they are. Press into your heel of your standing leg. Squeeze your glutes as you come up. Beautiful posture. Man, you guys are amazing. Nice work. Ten seconds left. Check your energy level here. And time. Nicely done. Okay, come on up, shake it all out. Now we're going for deadlifts with both feet on the ground. And if you want, you're going for speed. So feet are about hip width distance apart. Micro bend the knees, hinge from your waist, push into your heels, squeeze your butt as you come up. You go slow or fast, whichever feels better to you. So if your energy is feeling a little low, keep it slow and controlled. Focus on pushing into the heels, squeezing the butt. But if you've got good form and a little speed feels good, fire away as fast as you like, but don't lose your control. So you want to keep the chin slightly tucked. Hinge from your waist. Yes, nice work. Ten seconds left. How fast can you go without losing your good form? And time. Nicely done. Okay, come on up. Shake out your legs. Weights or no weights, this one's going to be totally up to you, but it's going to be a slow motion squat. So you're going to pick your leg position, toes and knees pointing forward, hip width distance apart, a slight turnout, totally up to you. But we want to think butt back, bend your knees, keep your chest and chin lifted, come up nice and controlled. But we're going for slow motion. So slow motion as you go down and slow motion as you come up. As you do this work here, can you focus in on your inner thighs? Even if you take a little glance at your knees as you squat down and squat up. And if your knees have a tendency to kind of want to buckle in as you're coming in and coming out, focus on keeping your inner thighs nice and engaged. Slow motion go down, slow motion come up, and control that knee buckle. Beautiful, you guys, nice. "15 seconds left, you got this." And time. Awesome job. Come on up, shake your legs out. And now we're going to take it into a wider sumo squat position. So step your feet slightly wide and your toes are going to be externally rotated. Load up at your chest. And now we're going to go circular squats. So we're going to dip over to one side, circle around, come on up. Let your knees move with you and let your hips move with you. So do one as just a test trial run. Make sure your legs feel like they're set up in a really good position. And then we're going to go 30 seconds in one direction. Circle around, nice, slow, controlled movements. Keep your chest upright. Beautiful. All right, when you're ready, reverse directions, go the other way. And time. Nice work. Come on up, shake out your legs, set your weights down. This next one is going to be for speed, but if you're not feeling speed this morning, you're going to go slow motion and nice and controlled. We're going to sit into a little squat. So think butt back, bend your knees. We're going to hold that squatted position and we're going to drive the knees up. So we're going to stay in that low position. And now you're going for speed as fast as you can. Pick the knees up without losing that good position. So we're still in that squat, nice long spine, chest is upright. Yes, nice work. If fast is not for you this morning, as you pull the knee up, hold and focus, set it down, pull the other knee up, hold it and focus. But if speed feels good, don't lose that squat. You're already halfway there. You guys are amazing. Nice work. 13 seconds left. You got this. Woo! And time. Come on up. Shake out your legs. All right. Now, grab one heavy weight or two light weights. That's going to be totally up to you. We're going to start with a little bit of a lunge with a knee dip. So step one leg back. How wide or far your lunge is, that's just wherever you feel the strongest. We're going to dip the knees down and come back up. That's the first 30 seconds. So load your weights up at your shoulders, dip your knees, come back up. You can have a super long squat. You can dip your knee all the way down. What your lunge looks like to you is where your legs feel strong and you're in control of that movement. All right, now hold your lunge and take it into some hay belers. Bring it to your hip, throw it over the shoulder. Keep your legs solid. Use your core muscles, those twisty muscles that we started to warm up earlier. And time, nicely done. Okay, shake out your legs, switching to the other side. So we're stepping back into that lunge position. Hold your lunge, dip your knee, and bring it back up. 30 seconds of work here. Your lunge looks like your lunge. Where do your legs feel the strongest? Beautiful, you guys. Nice work. Nice form all around. Man, gorgeous. 10 seconds left here. All right, now hold that lunging position and take it into some hay balers. Take it to the hip, throw it over your shoulder. And time. Awesome job. Come on up, shake your legs out. And now you might want to switch over to a lighter weight. We're going to take it into some bent over flies. So with a little hip hinge, arms hang down, palms facing in towards each other, a little micro bend in the elbows. Open out nice and wide, bring them back in with control. Control is the focus here. So rather than trying to use your butt and your back to throw those weights up, can you take a nice slow controlled maneuver, open out into that hug, bring it back at that same even pace. Keep a slight firmness in your belly. Legs are nice and strong. Yes, you guys look amazing. Ten seconds left. And time. Beautiful. Come on up. Take a second to shake anything out you need to. Set one weight down. And now we're going to come back to a sumo squat position, but we're going to hold that squat. One hand is going to be loaded. The other hand is going to be behind the head. We're going to think about pushing our head into our hand into the head. So we keep that good, strong posture. And then we're leaning out to the side. So this hand is loaded if you like. And we're just staying on that side for 30 seconds. So hand behind the head pushing into the hand so we keep a good upright position of the spine. If the weight's too much, leave the weight off, but just focus on the posture. Beautiful. Nice form all around. You guys look excellent. 5 seconds left. All right, when you're ready, switch your hand hold and then right back to it, dipping over on the other side. And time, nicely done. Come on up, give your legs a good shake, make sure everything feels good. Grab your second weight, but now we're gonna go light weights. It's gonna be a little work in the shoulders. So we're gonna hold a slight squatted position, bend your elbows, keep your elbows in that 90-degree bend. We're lifting the elbows out to the side, lowering them back down with control. We've got 1 minute on the clock. You take this at your pace. Make sure everything feels good, stable, and controlled. The legs are nice and strong. If you're working on your shoulders and you don't have that strength to use your weights, leave the weights off and you'll still get plenty of good work here. Twenty seconds left. And time, nicely done. Okay, if you're in that little squat, come on up. Stick with those light weights. We're still staying in the shoulders, but now we're gonna take that bent elbow position and bring it up so you're like in that scarecrow position. And now we're gonna dip forward, draw back, but see if you can come just slightly past your starting point, like somebody's giving you a big high five and your arms go back just a little bit. That's the work we're doing. Keep the elbows bent, nice upright spine here. So we wanna think about squeezing your glutes, keep your belly firm, and then see if you can just get those hands to go slightly past your starting point and then come back in with control. If the weights are too much here, this is a lot in the shoulders. So if the weights feel like too much, set them down. I promise you, you still get plenty of good work. And time, nicely done. Okay, lower your arms down, shrug your shoulders out, stick with those light weights. 30 seconds, we're doing wrist curls. So we're gonna let our hands kind of hang down and just curl at the wrists. So keep your elbows tight against the side of your body. Think knuckles up, knuckles down. So the forearm's not moving up and down. That stays nice and stable. We just curl at the wrists and lower with control. 30 seconds on the clock. Make sure you get good form. If you decide to go for speed to get a couple extra reps in, just make sure you're not losing your control. Forearms and elbows stay as stable as they can. Awesome, you guys, nice. Nice control. 5 seconds left. All right, now bend your elbows so that we keep that 90-degree bend. And now we're gonna do palm rotations. So we're gonna flip the palms down and flip them up. Keep your elbows hugged in at your side. All of this work is coming out of the wrists and the forearms. Nice control, that looks excellent. And time. Beautiful. Okay, stick with those light weights, or you might choose to go with no weights at all. And then another one, if you want just that little extra something, something, you can stand on your yoga block or a little platform, and it might just bring you a little bit of extra work. But we're going to do loaded roll downs. So palms facing in, loaded with your weights. If that feels safe and comfortable, you're going to tuck your chin, micro bend your knees, scrape down the thighs, roll all the way down like you're pulling your back against an imaginary wall, and then roll your way back up, roll the shoulders down and back. Tuck your chin, bend your knees, roll your way down. Loaded is the way to go if you can stand the load. If you need to lighten up your load, set your weights down. You'll still get plenty of good work. All the way down, but keep that micro bend in your knees. And then as you come back up, focus on pulling the abdominal muscles in towards the spine, and then roll back up. Think one vertebrae at a time as you come up. Man, you guys are amazing. Nice work. 20 seconds left. And time. Beautiful job. Come on up. Stick with those weights or grab your heavy weights. Our last minute of work is going to be calf raises. So we're just going to let our weights hang out at our sides, but focus on a little bit of a farmer's carry. So with a little bit of control, hold the weights away from the side of your body and maintain that nice strong position. And we're just lifting both heels up and lowering with control. A nice even pace here. Feet are about hip width distance apart. Some people might prefer a more narrow stance, and some people might prefer just a slightly wider stance. That'll just depend on what feels really strong in your body. As you do this work here, a little bit of tension in your core. So we want to keep the belly nice and firm. Arms are held slightly away from the side of the body. And how high you lift your heels, where do you have the most control? So if you get up super high, but you're wobbling all over the place, focus on control rather than height. Nicely done. And time. Woo, beautiful work. Okay, shake your legs out, set your weights down. We're going to step one leg back just slightly, but we'll get it so it's a little bit of a lunge, but you can keep that back heel down on the ground. And then we're just going to think about pushing the hips forward. So we stretch through the calf, through the Achilles heel. Take about 3 nice deep breaths. Awesome. And then when you're ready, switch. Step your other foot back, but position yourself so that you can push your heel down into the ground. And then think, pull that left front pocket forward. Awesome. Bring it all back up and in. And now feet about hip width distance apart. Now we're going to take a little fold and hang out there. So take a nice big breath just to create some nice space and length through the side of the body. Bend your knees a little bit, hinge from your waist, fold all the way down. And then once you're down, grab your elbows and let gravity do a little work for you here. Let your elbows get nice and heavy. Staying in that bent over position, but now we're going to let go of our elbows. Right hand's going to touch down to the ground. Right knee is going to bend. You're going to straighten your left leg. So right knee bent, right hand down, left leg straight. Take your left hand and reach it up into a twist. Reach that hand up towards the sky. Lovely. And then release that hand down and we're switching. So left hand on the ground, left knee is bent, right leg gets straightened. Reach your right hand up. Nice. Release both hands down to the ground. Bend your knees a lot. Roll up to a standing position. And now we're going to take one leg and cross it over the other. So a little crisscross at the ankles. Line up your pinky toes best you can. And then start to walk down into a fold at your depth. You might feel it in the IT band. You might feel it a little bit in the side of your glutes. So just tune in and notice where you feel sensation, and then only stay in a point where it feels like good sensation. If you're getting any shooting pain, lighten up just a little bit. Awesome. Come up nice and slow and controlled. That leg that's in front, take that arm, reach it up. We're going to lean away from that hip. So we're just going to get a nice big side bend. Awesome. Lift up with control, switch the cross in your legs. And then once you've got your crisscross rearranged, come back down to the depth of the fold that might feel good to you. One side might feel different than the other. So make sure you honor one side over the other. Don't try to push yourself into some symmetry. Cool. When you're ready, slowly bring yourself back up. The leg that's in front, that's the hand that's going to reach up. Lean away and just take a nice big side bend. Wonderful. Come up nice and slow. Uncross your legs. Give your arms a little loosey-goosey shake. You guys are amazing. Nice work today. Grab your tennis balls or your big massage balls if you're sticking around.